One-man developer Redblack Spade has served up an interesting Metroidvania with Catmaze. While the game does conform to design elements that make a Metroidvania, there are more than enough personal touches, both on the story and the mechanics, that help Catmaze stand out in a saturated indie genre. Young sorceress Alesta is sent to fend for herself far too early in life when her mother's illness takes her to Nav, the realm of the dead. Not content to let things lie, Alesta sets off to find the mysterious cat Bane, who can lead her to Nav to find her mother. Cats are, after all, capable of moving between worlds. However, before that can happen, Alesta will have to confront the perils of her own world, including monsters, demons, and side quests galore. Based on Slavic mythology, Catmaze offers up a world whose setup feels fresh and intriguing, even if the design is traditional. The story is easily one of the highlights, as Redblack Spade has opted for a more personal touch to the narrative, both for Alesta and the world's inhabitants. Despite the whimsical feel, and it is a fairy Metroidvania after all, there's a significant amount of darkness lurking just below the surface. Whether it's the couriers of the dead coming to claim Alesta's mother, or a sister whose absent brother resulted in her witnessing her family being devoured by monsters, Catmaze makes all its storylines personal and compelling. There's a colourful cast of characters to interact with, and the game supports plenty of written dialogue and more cutscenes than you'd usually find in a Metroidvania title. Whether I was helping a halfling to find a specific flower so he could go take on the demon Chernobog to prove his worth to the villagers, or delivering a flying broom to a sorceress so she could return home, Catmaze's constant narrative threads and subquests kept me hooked from the beginning. When it comes to gameplay, traditional Metroidvania elements are abundant. You have a sprawling map to explore, made up of different biomes. Exploration is either locked behind finding new gear to help you access previously inaccessible areas, or by beating a boss blocking your path. As a result, there's a lot of backtracking to be done as you open up new areas with each new ability or acquire new side quests. Cat shrines act as save points, while Alesta can fast travel between warp points with the help of a friendly monster. Now, Catmaze doesn't do anything differently than what has come before, but each biome is visually interesting, full of intriguing encounters, and well structured enough to make it both challenging and fun to navigate. A nice little touch, and one that makes Catmaze far more accessible, is that everything is recorded in a journal, and when you pick up a new side quest, or if you have to continue the main one, the game plops a little question mark icon in the biome or room you need to be in. Now, while I would have appreciated the ability to set my own markers, especially for blocked paths, this goes a long way to reducing the amount of back and forth or blind exploration that you usually find in Metroidvanias. Of course, there are also plenty of monsters and demons that need slaying. Alesta has several attack types that come in the form of familiars you pick up along the way, and they do the fighting for you. They're broken down into two categories, melee and ranged, and it's rather charming to watch a cat swipe out at an enemy using an attack animation you'd expect for a traditional sword. Alesta herself can pick up a double jump, and bracelets that enhance her abilities and various stats, such as strength and defense. The most useful accessory by far is an amulet that can be powered up with orbs dropped by defeated enemies, and increases your overall attack strength. But should you get hit, the amulet's damage buff decreases. When you do take a hit, you don't have to worry too much, as health is in plentiful supply, as enemies constantly drop health, mana orbs, and money. You can use your money to enhance equipment and buy health potions, but it never felt mandatory to do so, and I'm sure you could complete the game without it. This relative lack of difficulty makes Catmaze the perfect gateway Metroidvania if you want to introduce new or younger players to the genre. The game errs on the easy side, so veteran players won't have an issue breezing through it, while new and younger players won't get frustrated and give up on it. I never struggled through the game at all, and the boss encounters were always manageable, but they were at least entertaining enough with different mechanics to keep me on my toes. Personally, I was quite happy with the level of difficulty, as I ended up enjoying and appreciating the game even more. Catmaze really felt like it was designed to respect me and my time as a gamer. Now that said, don't think this means the overall mechanics and how it plays aren't up to snuff. Catmaze is incredibly well designed and structured, with solid mechanics that indicate the developer perfectly understands the genre and how it should play. Visually, Catmaze is attractive enough for an indie pixel art title. There are enough details in the sprite work to give both the heroine and the supporting cast, and even some enemies, some personality. However, compared to the stunning pixel art work we've seen lately in indie games, Catmaze does fall a little short, with the character portraits easily the weakest visual aspect. Audio, which was handled by one of the developer's friends, is great though. There are some nice background tunes, and sound effects are meaty enough, even if, like the visuals, they reveal the game's budget status. Now, while Catmaze may not immediately impress with its visuals or the level of challenge, you'd be making a grave mistake to dismiss it up front. For my money, Redblack Spade has developed a fantastic Metroidvania, using mythology that rarely gets enough use, and a game that is designed for everyone to enjoy and finish. With multiple endings and rock-solid gameplay, this is an excellent, fun Metroidvania that fans of the genre should all play. If you've got this far and enjoyed the content, please give the video a like and maybe subscribe, as it helps our channel grow.